Okay, so in the last video that I posted, I had mentioned that I was going to be working on some other cars. Well, I know that I had mentioned the Jetta, which is probably going to be gone. I'm probably going to part that out. I don't really like Volkswagens typically. It was a car that I bought to potentially part out anyways, and I'm more of a Japanese car enthusiast, so it's not really a loss for me. Um, that being said, I bought another car last week, and I posted about on the Facebook page, and this is it. It is a 2001 Acura Integra, and although it may not look too pretty because of all the faded paint and chipped paint everywhere, and a couple of small issues. It's actually really a great car. This is a car that I've actually always wanted. I love Integras. I'm always scared to death to own them. This actually will not be my car. It's a car that I am going to be fixing up to sell to someone who can appreciate it, and I'm sure they will. So it's got quite a few aftermarket parts on it. I know a lot of people really like the Integras. As you can see, it's got great interior. There's no real bad parts of the interior except for this right here. But honestly, that's not really that big of a deal, and I'm sure it can get fixed. Other than that, the interior is in great shape. It's leather, and there's no cracks in the dash. I happen to think that's not the prettiest shift boot, so I'm probably going to swap that out for something else before I get rid of it. I'm going to have to figure out whether I want to repaint the thing or not. I know that it's not the prettiest looking car, but this makes up for it. So let's see here. Let me pop the hood. I'm sure you can already tell. I know the camera's all over the place, but as you can see, this is an Acura Integra GSR. So it is a real GSR, factory GSR, an actual factory GSR engine from my understanding. It is the B18C1, and the great thing about this is, well, I'll tell you, one of the biggest things, first of all, that we fight being here in California is smog laws. I mean, they're just, it's annoying. For car enthusiasts, it's extremely frustrating. I think everything above 1975 has to pass smog in the state of California. And if we were in Georgia, it was like, I don't know, 91, 92, 93, something like that. No emissions. So I know it's after a 25-year. So, but here, everything from 75 and above, from my understanding, with the exception of maybe some diesels and off-road type vehicles, has to pass smog. So it sucks, but having something like this with a good amount of power from the factory is great. I mean, these make like 170 horsepower or so, I think. And the great thing about this one is that there are some modified parts. Usually that might be a bad thing in terms of being here in California, but this one has all California legal parts. So in order to have parts here in California on your modified parts, you have to have a carb sticker. And what these stickers look like are, so these stuff like this back here, probably can't see it, and stuff like this. And yeah, so when you go to get your emissions for your car, a lot of you guys in California, if some of you are in California, know this already, but once you pop your hood, if you're modified, unless you know somebody that knows somebody, that's it. I mean, you're not passing for the most part, because not only does your car have the inspection of being tested, whether the check engine light's on, if anything's wrong, catalytic converter, etc., has the visual inspection here in California as well, which is a big pain in the butt. So, like the Mirage, for instance, would pass with flying colors if it were just the emissions part of it. But because there's a visual inspection, you have to have every single little thing, they will fail you. So like I said, the good thing about this is the headers, DC headers, California legal, AEM intake, California legal, even the Skunk 2 intake manifold, California legal. I'm almost positive that's Skunk 2. Yeah. So, but yeah, so all of that, intake, headers, intake manifold, that's awesome. So typically you can have an exhaust system and stuff, and if I'm not mistaken, as long as you have like the factory cat, excuse me, as long as you have the factory cat or so, you should be fine. But this one has a Greddy exhaust, so it's not like it has really cheap parts or anything. I'm not the biggest fan of the canister, but I do like the fact that it's Greddy. So, and the exhaust goes all the way up to the cat. So, as you can see, I don't know how dark it is in here, but it has adjustable tie bar in the rear. It has the aftermarket lower control arms. It has you can see the bottom of it, but it's a aftermarket. I believe there's Skunk 2 coilover setup. So, being the GSR, I don't know if all Integras. I'm not too familiar with the Integra and whatnot, but I know this one has rear disc, and I don't know if all of them have rear disc. But being the GSR was kind of the top of the line model under obviously the Integra Type R. But yeah, so this one, like I said, it runs flawlessly. It really does. I'm excited to work on it. It does have 205,000 miles, which some people tend to run from if it's got higher mileage. From someone who likes to work on cars a lot, mileage doesn't really matter to me. It depends on how the car's taken care of and how you go about driving it, so on and so forth. So I'll be doing a compression test, but it seems like it has fairly good compression. I mean, I've driven it quite a few times. It really is fun. I may or may not post a video on driving it, not sure yet. Probably not going to keep it more than maybe a month. But it does have aftermarket wheels, which I did not figure out what they look like. They're Rota Slipstreams or something. I'm not 100% sure. But also, it's hard to see up in there. You probably can't see. But yeah, like I said, there's the coilovers, and it may have the adjustable A-arms. So, but it fires right up. Like I said, it is a GSR. The VTEC is a little bit different because, from my understanding, when you install the Skunk 2 intake manifold, it kind of shifts the power band, and you don't notice I guess is the second stage of VTEC. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure on it. So, but VTEC tends to kick in around like 4,000 something, like closer to 5, and then I just feel it pull once it's in the higher RPMs and stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, this is the car I'm going to be working on. If I'm sweating at all, it's because it's really freaking hot, and it's like 2 o'clock or so probably in the garage. But that's why I mentioned in the other video it gets hot. So, but yeah, so this is what I'm going to be working on, like I said, and I'm going to try to film what I can of it. I'm not the greatest mechanic. I am no ASC certified mechanic. I just like to build cars and fix cars to sell to people who really enjoy them. This is a great platform. I don't like it because of theft and idiots, but other than that, I love it. I want to have one for myself. I would love to have this one. My wife won't let me keep it for obvious reasons. I really just need to work on cars and kind of keep them going. But somebody's going to get to enjoy this thing and have fun with it. So that's going to make me happy. So I'm probably going to replace the bushings and stuff. I'll probably get like a master bushings kit. I really like polyurethane stuff. I'm sure a lot of the bushings on this car are just destroyed. But yeah, like I said, this is it. So hopefully I get to post some more videos of it soon. Like I said in the last video, I don't have the lift or whatever right now, but I'll make do without it. I'm not too stressed over it. I did say I could get 3 cars in the garage, so I mean, as you can see, there's 3 in here. If I needed to pull something out, I will. I really want to get rid of the Jetta as soon as I can. I may take it to the other garage or shed that I have that I've shown before. So yeah, that's what's kind of going on for today, and we'll see what kind of work I can get done next week. So thanks for watching. Take it easy.